Okie dokie. Sorry, I just knocked a whole bunch of stuff over when I was trying to get set up. Alright. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. What is this? Oh, coffee. Right. I couldn't remember if I made coffee or tea for myself, but it's coffee. I need it. Today's one of those days. One of those days. I'm just feeling a little sluggish. Alright, so this is what I'm going to be working on. This is one of the 4 blankets that I have so far for donation. Well, one of them. I have 2 that are done. And then I have 2 that I'm working on. So. Hi, Crystal. Yeah, I'm drinking coffee. I need it today. I feel like I need it today. Today's like, Hey, Adrian, you go ahead and lurk. I'm just going to be talking and crocheting and everything else. I don't know. Maybe I should learn how to juggle so I can sit here and try to crochet and juggle at the same time. I don't think that would be possible, but I'm just saying maybe that would be some interesting stuff. I'm loving this blanket too. I'm really loving it. It's really pretty. It's coming out good. I think my husband told me he knows how to juggle, but I'm like, I don't know if I'm interested in learning that. I've already learned a lot when it comes to crochet. I don't think my brain can handle any more knowledge, which is why I use video tutorials for everything, because I'm like, okay, I don't have to remember it. It's on the internet. It's here. I can access it when I want. I just went through my scrap bin and pulled out a whole bunch of scraps of yarn. I'm probably gonna make yeah, it is a granny ripple. Yep. Yeah. This one's actually almost done. I'm further on this one than I am my other one. But yeah, I did one granny ripple and I fell in love with, number 1, how fast it works up. And well, no, there is no number 2 to that. Number 1, how fast it works up. That's pretty much. If I'm being honest, honestly, that's why I like it. I mean, it is nice looking. It looks nice. I'm just like, I like how fast it works up, because I'm trying to get blankets done for next year for donation. So after I'm done with the 2 I'm working on now, I'll have 4, and I'll probably take a break from it. And let me make sure of something. Why am I on top chat every single time? Okay, there you go. Oh. Thank you, Crystal. I'm trying to make it pretty. I'm like the other one that I did, the other granny ripple I did, the first one, hello, Bridget. The first granny ripple that I did is, Stephanie, you too? Yeah. Hello, Nifty. Um, I made the one I first did, like, I tried to make it, like, gender neutral, like, you know, a woman or a man could have it, like, it would appeal to either one. What I've been doing lately is now I'm making, like, this blanket, I'm making, like, very feminine colors, pink, purple, this color, this wildflower, and white and stuff. And then, um, the other one I'm working on, I made very, like neutral-ish colors. So there's a lot of white in this one. For what reason, I have no idea. I think I just had a lot of white. So, and now I'm on that blue. So that's where I'm at. Actually, this one's almost finished too. I'm almost done with both of them. Now I just gotta. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, see, I was trying to go for, like, okay, so because I didn't want to have more, like, blankets for women than I did men, because I tend to gravitate more towards bright colors because because I'm a woman and I like pretty things. I like bright colors. Um, so what I'm gonna end up doing is the next time I'm able to buy any yarn, I'm going to I'm gonna probably buy, like, the jumbo stripes in, like, latte stripe and newspaper stripe, something like that. And maybe the red one, like, not the red one. What am I saying? Now I'm going to ombres. Good lord. Okay. Hello. Hi. How you doing? Yeah. Yeah, they have a yarn. They have a they have one called latte stripe, but it's different shades of browns, I think. I know Crystal from Bag O' Day likes it. Um, I also might get more Sutherland stripe, which I thought I'd be sick of working with that by now because of my humongous blanket. But no, I don't have it over here. I was about to show you guys the progress on my on the cuddle blanket for me and hubby. But it's not here. It's in the room because I have to work on it when I'm sitting in the bed because of the fact that it's so wide and it's so big now that it's just heavy. So it's like if I was to sit here and try to crochet it like this and just, like, crochet across and keep pulling it as I'm going, it would, like, the stitches would be stretched out because of the fact that it's, like, hanging off. Yeah, it would just be not good. So I was like, you know what, this is a project I can keep in the bedroom and I can work on it when I'm having trouble sleeping at night, or um or I want to crochet a little bit before I go to sleep. What is Fetch telling me? I don't know. Advertise that notifications are annoying us. I don't know what. Is anybody gonna watch the Super Bowl tomorrow? I'm not watching it because my team's not playing. So, and I'm just a I'm a diehard fan. So if my team's not playing, I'm not watching football. That's just the way I work. I think hubby's gonna watch it though. I think my hubby is gonna watch it. Oh, nifty. Dallas Cowboys all the way. I'm Dallas. I'm a Dallas fan. My whole family is. I want to crochet a Dallas Cowboy blanket. I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to do that. I will do that at some point. I will do that for myself. That'll be a Christmas present to myself. Probably this year. I have a pattern. Oh no, he's Giants. He's New York Giants. I'm Dallas. I'm Dallas Cowboys. So so I have a pattern. It says this girl loves her Cowboys and coffee or something like that, and I'm like, yeah. Mhm. Yep. Yep. That's the blanket I make. So I have to get the colors. Yeah, no, hubby is not the same team as me. It's fun when they play each other because, you know, I'm over here rooting for the Cowboys and he's over there rooting for the Giants. And Giants make a mistake. He's like, no! And I'm out here like, yeah! It's so funny. It's funny. I love it. I like having somebody that doesn't like the same team as me. Makes it more interesting. But anyway, yeah, I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not watching the Super Bowl. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love when they play each other because I'm like, oh, this is gonna be an interesting game. You know, we talk crappy to each other. Oh, well, your midgets are gonna lose, and you know, he's like, oh, your cowgirls are gonna lose. I'm like, you're just shush. Yeah, it's a lot of fun when can't wait to see who goes to the Super Bowl next year. That'd be interesting. Nice. Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm a pencil holder. Yeah. Unless I'm working with like a bulky 7 or like a 6, like a super bulky 7 or like a jumbo 7 or like a super bulky 6. Like those are the only times when you'll see me like hold it like this because I have to struggle to get the loop through the yarn through the loop. So I have to turn to it to do it like this, but I mean I'll like this even with a jumbo 7 or super bulky 6 until my fingers and my hands and my wrists start hurting, and then I'll turn to knife gripping it because that's when I get frustrated and I'm just like I'm trying to get the yarn through the loop so I can make the single crochet because that's all I ever do. with bulky yarn is single crochet because you can't do anything else with it. But yeah, I like this. Yeah, it's because it's really difficult. So with like Bernat blanket yarn, I don't when I'm trying to make amigurumi with Bernat blanket yarn, I I knife grip all the time because I'm just like, oh my god. Because you have to make your stitches tight, and you can't even use the recommended hook size on the blanket yarn because you're trying to make it smaller. So I use a 6.5 millimeter hook on a super bulky 6. That's an interesting combo. If you ever want to be frustrated out of your mind, try to do that. But it's I've gotten better at it. And this is just chenille from the dollar store. So I make little octopi. I also make little mushroom guys too. Or girls. They can be guys or girls. Yeah, it doesn't matter. But yeah. This one came out a little bigger. I normally don't make them this big. They're normally smaller. And his eyes are crooked. They don't look crooked. When I turn them like this, they don't look crooked. I don't know. Maybe it's just me looking at it. Maybe I'm just seeing things. I have no idea. But he'll go in my bin of finished things. Yeah, they're cute. They're adorable. I did the pattern from the dabbling hook, but she uses an acrylic yarn, and I used the Just Chenille from Premiere. I like it. I just wish it wouldn't with the little fuzzies all the time coming off the end of the thing. Just little fuzzies. I'm like, ugh. By the time I'm done making one of those, I'm covered in little fuzzy things. I'm like, mm. And I gotta get the dirt devil. I gotta vacuum myself off and vacuum around my area. I'm like, oh, okay. You know. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Crystal, you know what I'm talking about. Those little fuzzy things that drive me nuts. But that seems to be with any kind of like chenille or velvet or anything. Even Bernat velvet or Bernat crushed velvet or any of that. It still does it. I think it's... Oh, okay. Well, see, I would be scared to set the whole ball of yarn on fire. That's just, that's just my luck, you know. So, I'm used to it now, though. I'm used to it, so I'll sit here and just vacuum up everything. I'll just make... Oh no, that's not good. That's not good. I've gotten so used to it, so I just make however many I'm gonna make, and then at the end of it, I vacuum myself in my area, and that's pretty much it. And I just... Also, the polyfill gets everywhere, so that's another thing. Yeah, you got little fuzzies from polyfill all over the place. I forgot what color this is. What color is this? Because I might have to order more of it. Oh, see? See, good thing I kept the label. It's Starburst print. I know people are now setting off fireworks. Why would they be setting off fireworks? There is no holiday right now. They're either setting off fireworks or somebody's in the woods hunting. I don't know. Oh. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I finally got my neighbors to stop banging for all of you that were here Wednesday for that conversation. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Crystal. I don't think they're fireworks. I think somebody might be hunting on their property. I don't know. That's just what it sounds like to me. It might not even be that. I can tell you that for sure that somebody's burning a fireplace. Yeah. No, I just did the mean old lady in the next apartment thing. I just like started banging on the wall. Seems to have chilled them out. You know, because I was like, I don't ever see the super, and I don't want to bother him with something like that because the landlord has him going nuts between all these properties. So I was just like, you know what? Let me try something. So they were going crazy last night. They were, oh my god, they were just like, I don't know why, but they're just running like up and down the hallway in their apartment because their living room is right on the other side of the wall in my kitchen. So that's their living room. And then like I'm hearing like somebody run up and down the hallway, up and down the hallway, like on the other side of the wall. And it was like really irritating. And I'm in the kitchen, so I have like surround sound to it because it's right on the other side of the wall. So I was just like, you know what? I was like, okay. I was like, I'm really irritated. I'm cranky. I need a nap. These people are banging. They're making noise, and it's really irritating me. So I just started banging on the wall back where I was hearing the noise come from. And they stopped it. They stopped immediately. I was like, well, if that's all it took, geez, maybe now you should have been did that. Crystal, you talking about on Wednesday? Yeah, they stopped. Like they just like stop. I don't know if their parents were like stop or what. I don't know what happened. I just know that the noise stopped and stayed stopped. But that's ridiculous that I have to do that. Like, why do I have to do that? You know, like, oh, well, I was doing my live at 6 on Wednesday, 6 p.m. And it was about like 45 minutes, maybe an hour into the live. They started like they it sounded like WWE was next door. Like seriously. So There was that. And then last night it was around the same time, like 7, 8 o'clock. So I don't know what they're feeding their kids, but like 7, 8 o'clock they're making a heck of a lot of noise. So I'm just like, what? You know. But that's just like the other time. Like it seems like every time we bang on the wall, they stop, and they'll stop for like a day or two. But after that, it's like they're right back at it. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Yeah, they were doing a lot. It's just like, it wasn't even like, it wasn't even, it's just like, it's like, you know how when kids run down the hallway, or somebody runs down the hallway, and it's like boom, 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 like you can hear them running, like they're stomping kind of. That's what it is. That's what it is all the time. All the time. And I'm just like, yeah, that's doing too much. You're doing too much. You're just like, you know. I would think like, if you want to run, go outside. That's what outside is for. You know, I know it gets dark early because it's getting dark now, but still, like if they need to run that badly, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Every noise does get amplified, and yes, I do feel vibration. When I'm in the kitchen, I can feel the vibration through my slippers of them running, and it's like that's how I know it's on the other side of the wall because it's like I feel it like really like intensely through my through my slippers. I'm like, it's almost like they're running through the room that I'm in, you know, except there's just a wall. I'm dividing it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hopefully, we start getting into like spring. Yeah, yeah. Well, I deal with it. I'll deal with it up until a certain point. Like if it's just like 5, 10 minutes, fine. But if you're going like for like 2 hours doing that and just making that amount of noise and that amount of like vibration, no, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. I'm sorry. Like I'm just sorry. You're not gonna disturb my peace. You know, especially because I don't bother nobody. I don't do anything. I just I'm in my apartment. I crochet. I watch YouTube, and I go to my doctor's appointments. I cook and I clean. And that's pretty much it. You know, that's basically what I do. That's what I do. I'm very boring. My life is boring. No, it's not. I have a great life. I love it. I love it a lot. I have a great man that doesn't mind if I buy yarn as long as the household's taken care of, and that supports me in everything that I do. I'm super happy. Thank you. Yeah, I love my life. I really do. I love everything about my life. don't need to have, like yearly vacations and stuff like that. I don't need to be able to afford that. You just give me a ball of yarn and a hook and I'm happy. Oh, thank you, Stephanie. Yeah, I try to make my lives fun and entertaining. And also just kind of like relaxed vibe, like, you know, come bring a project and, crochet and chill and chat and, you know, because I think enough of our lives, like, is just so much go, 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 and you can't. Yeah, crystal ball yarn equals happy. Yep. Yeah, that's me. I think so much of our lives is always like on the go, on the go, on the go, and then like it's like, well, when do we get to sit down and take a time out and chill and just chat and have a moment? So that's when I that's when I thought about doing the lives, because I was like, well, that would be a good thing. I could just chat and hang out and crochet and excuse me, had like a hiccup thing going on. I don't know what that was. Anyway, where's my coffee? I need a new cup. I need to get a new cup. This thing has been with me for a long time, like 3, 4 years. Yeah, yeah. See, I'm not one of those people that needs like extravagant things. Yeah. So I'm just happy. Give me some yarn. I'm happy. And my husband was like, "At least I never have to ask you, what do you want for your birthday? What do you want for Christmas? What do you?" I know that you want yarn. I'm like, well, yeah, that makes it easy, but do you know what kind of yarn? He's like, I know a couple of your favorites. Because I do. I non-stop talk about a couple of my favorites to him. He's like, yeah, I listen. I'm like, obviously. I'm like, at least I'm easy to shop for. I don't want lingerie or roses or flowers. Bring me a bouquet of yarn. I'm happy. He started laughing. Well, I meant that to be funny because yeah, yeah, he listens. He does. He really does. He's just like, yeah, so have I. So I've been hinting that to him, and like, it might not happen this year because we're a little bit tight this year. But I know, I know. Yeah, yarn is forever. I know he's heard me though. He's heard me because I've said it more than once. So I know that when he can, he'll do it. Yes, flowers die. Yarn is forever unless you crochet flowers. Then they last forever. And that is something I was thinking about doing at one point. Honestly, I don't know why they don't do that, Crystal. That would be a wonderful idea. And guess what? I have a feeling that they would sell out like really quick. You know what I'm saying? I have a feeling they would sell out really fast. Really, really fast too. So I might have to get the other chair to put this dang blanket on top of because it's like it's weighing my one side down. I feel like I'm lopsided. And just can't. I feel like the Leaning Tower of Pisa right now. It's just like, ugh, this side's heavy. Yeah, that you see, yeah. You need to like patent that idea, Crystal. You can be a millionaire overnight. You would. Let me get the chair because this. I give you the motivation. Ready? Think of all the money you can make from that, and you can spend it all on yarn and storage for yarn. Let me get the chair. Oh, okie dokie. No, that's actually a good thing. Money doesn't motivate me either. There's a lot of things in this world money can't buy. I look at it that way. Oh, there we go. That's much better. I don't feel like the Leaning Tower of Pisa anymore. Thanks, Crystal, for the reminder. Everybody hit them thummies. Oh, alright. I also had to adjust myself in the chair, so it's a good thing that I got up and I moved a little bit. My hips were starting to get stiff. And it's weird because I haven't even been sitting here long. But my sciatica in my back. Oh, you're okay, hon. I forget too. I really do. I forget, and then I'm like, did I put the thumb on that? Did I give a thumbs up? And then I'll go back and like click on the on the live stream or the video, and I'll be like, oh no, I did, but I am now, and I'll watch it again because guess what? It's all good. I forget too. If people don't remind me, I'm like, oop. Yeah, I'm actually probably gonna start saving for um I'm not gonna say the Hobby Lobby clearance because I can't get to Hobby Lobby for the clearance because Hobby Lobby is almost 2 hours away from me now because of how far I moved. So, I mean, it was a good like half an hour before, but now it's like almost 2 hours. So I moved quite a ways. So as long as I'm all the way out here, I'm not going to be going to the Hobby Lobby clearance. And they don't put it online, which they should. They should put it online. You should be able to order it online. Um, but I'm just gonna start saving for. Come on, Red Heart. Like really, there's a knot in the middle of my skein. I can't. I'm gonna start saving for like a decent yarn haul because yeah, I hate when they do this. I just cut the extra floof off. Like that little bit of floof was not necessary. It's gonna make the knot stand out more. So now I fixed it. Now you really can't see it. Oh, the only thing I do is what I do is I just crochet like normal and I try to get my tension to where the knot will end up in the middle of a stitch um instead of like on the top or bottom or something like that where it can be seen. I try to get it where it's I cut up the knot and I mean, I don't think it's a waste of time. I mean, maybe because I have never. I mean, I do this. I've been the way I do it is the way I've been doing it for the entire time I've crocheted, and that's been since I was 13, and I'm 34. So that's a long time. And I've never had anybody um that I've ever gifted anything to or made something for or anything tell me that it's come apart or it's coming out or anything. Now I just crocheted the knot. The knot is right here. So after I go and make my next stitches, it'll settle itself and end up hiding like right there, and you can't even see it. I don't know if you can see it that good. I'm sorry. I'm trying my best with the lighting I got here. Um, but the only thing I do is I cut those little extra fuzzies off because, like, when they tie it, they just tie it. They don't care about the extra little ends that are on there. So I just take a pair of scissors and I just cut the little floofs off. I try not to get too close to the knot, and then I just crochet like normal, and it ends up hiding itself. I try to keep my tension to the point where it's gonna, like, basically get crocheted into the stitch. I don't think you have to cut and weave in every time you have a knot. Oh, I washed I made a blanket for my husband, and There was a couple knots like that in there that I didn't make. It came with a knot in the skein, and I did the same thing. And that blanket has been washed, dried, probably everything. Slept with all the time. I mean, he uses it all the time. I mean, you could, if I was to show it to you, you could tell it's been used. But I mean, that thing's been washed and dried and washed and dried and washed and dried, and it has not come out. And like I said, I've been using the same method for a long time. Even when I'm attaching a new color, that's how I do. I make the magic knot, I pull it, I cut the little extra ends off, and I've never ever had anybody say that, it's come apart. After they washed it, it came apart. You know, that's why I love the magic knot so much, because that thing does not. Oh, okay. So, um, I'll show you the best way I can here. And if you still don't get it, go to YouTube and type in magic knot. So the magic knot, I have a bag of scraps right here, so I'm just going to use one of these. Okay, let's pick two colors that'll show up on camera. How about that? Okay, here we go. Okay, so let me get the end. One end. I'll pick that up later. Okay. So you have two ends. Okay. Let's say this is the yarn that's attached to the project that you're working and you just ran out. Now you want to attach something else. You take the yarn you want to attach and you make, hold on, wait, alright, nope, my fingers don't want to cooperate. Okay, you make a loop around the yarn that's already attached and you tuck the tail through it and you pull it and you make a knot. Now you do the same thing to the other side. Okay, there's the loop around it, and you tuck it and you just pull it. Okay, so now you have two knots attaching two pieces of yarn. Pull. Then just cut those off. That's the magic knot. This has saved me so much time and so much waste of yarn that once I learned it, this is all I do. This is how I attach my colors every single time. Every single time. I will not do any other method. Nope. So, I hope you could see that. If not, I'm sorry. I'll get a better camera set up at some point. Uh, but you can always go into YouTube and type in how to do the magic knot. And it will show you how to do the magic knot. Oh, no problem, FD, that's fine. I'm glad you thought that was good. That's the first time I've ever tried to teach anybody anything. But where am I at? Where am I at here? What is going on? Oh my god, I'm caught. Okay, wait. Okay. Whew. Alrighty. Now we're back. It's backwards. It's backwards. Yeah, yeah, it's been working for. I have never, not one person I've ever gave anything to has ever complained that after they washed it, it came out or nothing. Oh, not now, Pinterest. Pinterest is telling me somebody is looking at my saved collection. I'm like, good, it's all crochet patterns. Go buy one from whoever's selling the patterns. Support them. Oh, yeah, I mean, and here, look, I don't even think you can tell which one is the stitch that I hid the knot in. I mean, all of these are gonna get like loosened and like settled into and stuff like that. Like it'll. I can't even tell. What the hell? I don't know. But it's one of these here. I have no idea. But like I said, I just try to keep my tension. I'll even tighten my tension a little bit or loosen it depending on like where I'm trying to get the knot to go. So yeah, but yeah, it's worked for me a lot. And like I said, I don't I've been using it ever since. I never knew what it was until somebody on YouTube told me. And but I'm trying to think, who did I learn it from? I think it was just a random um whatchamacallit, YouTuber. God, jeez. See, now my brain is like ADHD brain. But yeah. Yeah, if you might not get it at first, it might be a little bit like hard to get it at first, but I mean it's once you get it down, you get it down, and it's easier. It's yeah, but yeah, that was that's how I do it. I mean, like, because I before I knew how to do that, I was just like I was wasting so much yarn and so much time because what happened was I would get to the end of a row, I would chain one and turn, and I would try to go back across the next row. And in the middle of the next row, if I ran out, I would frog that whole thing and go back to where I chained one to get to the next row that I just frogged. And I would take the chain one out and I would end up tying it off and wasting like half a row worth of yarn because I didn't know how to attach the yarn. And then I was doing it all wrong. And then I found the magic knot on YouTube, and I think I was doing a pattern, and there were color changes in it. And she was like, "And do the magic knot," and I'm like, "What is the magic knot? What is that? What sorcery is this?" And she was like, "For the tutorial, and it's in the description box." So I clicked it, and I can't remember for the life of me who it was. And I saw it. I saw her do it, and I was like, "That is the most amazing thing I have ever witnessed." And I've been using it ever since. I want to say that my mom tried to teach me the magic knot before I went to YouTube, because I learned to crochet before YouTube, before there was a YouTube. Um, I'm talking like 2004. Yeah, I don't think YouTube was around then. Um, but one of my, yeah, my mom showed me how to do something similar, and I can't remember what it was, because that worked well too, because I never had anybody complain about the knot coming out or anything. But it's like after I learned how to do the magic knot on YouTube, I was like, okay, yeah, we can forget that other method, because I was just a little too complicated. This is easier. So I mean, it was like a different version of the magic knot. I just can't remember how it went. But I love the magic knot. It's so awesome. Stop it, phone. Stop doing the thing. Stop buzzing. If it's my mom, I'm gonna kick her in the butt. I told her. I was like, I'm doing a live on YouTube. I will call you when I'm done. But I don't know. It's about half a skein, I think. Yeah, maybe a little more than that. Okay. I have to take it out of the bin, because like I have the other blanket I'm working on top of the bin, and it was kind of squishing the yarn, so it was getting hard to pull. Good, Nifty. Good for you. Yeah. It'll save you a lot of time and a lot of yarn waste and a lot of everything else. So, oh, yeah, Crystal, yeah. Yeah, 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 I've seen that too. I want to say that that's the one that I was doing, that my mom taught me, but I don't think it was. I think it must have been like a variation or a combination of like three different ways you could do a magic knot. I don't know. All I know. I knew what you meant, Crystal. So today makes 1 month. Today makes 1 month that since me and my husband quit smoking. So we're a month in. Yeah, yep. I'm not gonna lie. This past week has been one of those weeks where it's like really tempting to just be like, I really need a cigarette right now. There was a couple times I wanted to be like, call one of my neighbors and be like, hey, yeah, can I have one? But I didn't. It's just been a very stressful week. Thank you, everybody. So, but I'm proud of myself because I haven't done that. I haven't smoked. Even though there were times I wanted to. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Um, but I can feel the difference. You know, it's surprising how much you don't realize what. Yeah, it is, Bridget. It's so hard. It's so hard. It's hard, but it is worth it. Like I was saying, there is. You never realize how much of your health is affected when you smoke. It's just like it's you know what I'm saying? Like my breathing is now better. My husband's breathing's better. Like I'm feeling a lot better. I'm sleeping a lot better. I'm just overall feeling a lot better. Yeah, we didn't technically technically we didn't quit cold turkey. What happened was for the first like 3 days I wore the patch and he wore it more than I did, like for a longer period, and he was chewing nicotine gum. Um, but after the 3 days with the patch on, I was like, okay, I because my doctor told me it only takes 3 days for nicotine to completely get out of your system. So if you can avoid having nicotine for 3 days, your system will be 100% clean of nicotine. So what I did was, on the fourth day, I didn't put a patch on. I still had my coffee. I still had, all my normal stuff. And my husband was looking at me like I'm crazy. He's like, how can you drink coffee? And I told him, I was like, he's like, do you have a patch on? I said, no, I don't have a patch on. He's like, oh my God, you're crazy. But I told him, we have done this at least 3 times before. We have tried this 3 times already. This is the fourth time. I told him, I said, the other 3 times that we tried this, I trained myself to disassociate coffee in the morning or coffee period with a cigarette. So I never, like, after the first time we tried to quit, I had already learned that those two things don't have to go together. Do I want them to? Absolutely. Do I need them to? No. So because I was able to disassociate coffee and a cigarette, I I'm able to drink coffee without being like, oh my God, I need one. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't feel that way. But, you know, he tried to drink a cup of decaf coffee and almost had like a complete breakdown. And I was like, okay, well, I might not be doing that for a while. So it's just, some people can handle certain things, some people can't. So I'm very like I'm not trying to brag, but I'm mentally I'm very strong. I'm a very strong person mentally when it comes to things that I want. Like I want to quit. I want to quit. Why? Number one, because of health reasons, and number two, because of finances. Because even though we were making our own cigarettes, it's still not cheap. I was still spending like $80, $90 a month on that. And that's for 2 people. So I'm like, that's a lot of money. I'm like, that could be going towards yarn. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not kidding. That's where it's going. Um, Plus, I told him, like, I'm gonna start buying a lot more yarn with the money that we're saving because we're quitting and I need to be able to keep myself busy because if I don't keep myself busy, that's when I go into trouble. I get into trouble that way. And I was so proud of myself a couple weeks ago because it was January 29th. I had a doctor's appointment in town and I went in town and I ended up walking to my pharmacy, which is not far. It's like 1 or 2 blocks. But I took my time. I had my cane and everything, so I took my time and I walked up there. I got my medicines, and I'm standing there waiting for my cab to come and get me, my medical transportation. So I'm standing there and I'm like, I'm waiting, and then we had already started to quit. So we had already quit for I think like 2 weeks at the point. So what happened was I was waiting for my cab, and then all of a sudden it was like everybody and their mother was smoking a cigarette walking past me. And I was like, oh my god. And I had money in my pocket. And the store across the street knows me. And I know which one of the workers smoke. So I could have went in there and gotten a cigarette. But I didn't. And I was so proud of myself. I was like, oh, okay. Okay, I'm finally... Maybe we're gonna do it this time. We're gonna do it this time's gonna be the last time because we're gonna do it this time. Because if I was able to resist going in there and getting a cigarette when people were walking by me with lit cigarettes, just smoking like they didn't have a care in the world, I was like, oh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We were thinking about doing that, doing the vape too. I think we did do the vape one time when we quit. I think that was the very first time we tried quitting. We tried to quit with just vaping because my mom was into vaping really hard, and she bought me one, she bought my husband one, and I think she bought him the salt, the vape that has like the salt in it. I think, I don't know what that's called. I don't remember. I remember I didn't like that one, and I was like, here, you can have this one, honey, I don't like it. And he liked it because they had a flavor of it, of the the vape stuff, the um, the little droppy thingies, the liquid you put in it. Oh, good lord, whatever that's called. Um, they had one that was menthol that had nicotine in it that tasted like honeydew melon. And if anybody knows anything about my husband, he loves some honeydew melon. So once he tasted that one, he was like, "Oh, yep, 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 this one's mine." And I was like, "Okay, you enjoy that one." And then I got the one that had no salt. It was just vape. It was just nicotine and vape. Mhm. Yeah. And I liked the one. There was, oh, it was called gummy bears. They had a flavor called gummy bears, and that was my favorite because I didn't smoke menthol. I smoked regular for the past like 10 years. I've been smoking. I've been smoking a lot longer than that, but I'm just saying. Um, But yeah, I just, yeah. So yeah, the first time we tried vaping, and that didn't work out too good. And our vapes ended up getting stolen. So lo and behold, went back to smoking. And then the second and third time we tried with the patches, and we just weren't in the right mindset. We weren't in the right mindset to quit. And what I mean by that is, like, there was no planning, there was no mentally preparing, there was no preparing period. There was just, how about we quit smoking? We just kind of jumped up and did it both of those times. And it was just kind of like, you can't do that. When you get the patches, it comes with this little booklet, and it says that you have to take at least 2 months, a month to 2 months, and prepare yourself mentally and physically. Like, if you need gum, go buy yourself a lot of gum. You know what I'm saying? If you know you're gonna wanna, yeah, yeah, um, you know. So it's like this little pamphlet on how to quit successfully, and one of the things is plan, prepare yourself mentally and physically. Get all the stuff out of the house. Get all your 25 lighters in the drawer out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I still have lighters. I'm not gonna lie about that. I do. Why? Because I have candles, and I like candles. Do I have a bunch of lighters? No. I have like one or two, and that's it. But the difference is, when I go to doctor's appointments and stuff, I don't take the lighters with me. I always go, when I go out to places, I always go with no lighter in my pocket. No matches, nothing. And you have to be strict with yourself with that, because if you're not, and if you don't, you know. But yeah, and yeah, the pamphlet was like, you gotta mentally prepare and physically prepare, and you know, make a list of the reasons why you're quitting, and you know, on a sticky note, and put it up everywhere, multiple places, and look at it every day. But we don't need to do that, because all I need to know, all I need to do is look at my husband's health and how it's been improving since we quit. Look at my health, my skin, how it's improving. This is plaque psoriasis, by the way. If anybody ever sees my arms and my elbows and stuff and wonders what the hell is this is plaque psoriasis. And it's nothing nice. I mean, it's everywhere. It's on my hands. It's everywhere. It's very aggressive and really annoying. And I'm only contagious to myself. And what that means is, if um if a piece of skin fell off of here onto, like, an area that doesn't have anything, within a day or two, I'll start getting it like that. That's how this happened. So yeah, yeah, it stinks. It stinks. Psoriasis is one of those things I would not wish on my worst enemy, because it's really bad. And then when I have a flare up, it's like so bad. It's so bad. Like, they crack open and bleed, and it's just really bad. It's bad. It's something I wouldn't wish on anybody. It's horrible to go through. 3. Yeah, the psoriasis is on my scalp too. Which is why you'll never see me like do my hair and like fancy things or anything like that. The most I'll do to my hair is straighten it. Oh, thank you, Crystal. Hugs. Yeah, it's bad, but you know, I have my dermatologist who actually just retired gave me a cream, and it's actually been helping because instead of being bright red, now it's pink, and that means it's going away and it's not scaly like this one. This one has a little bit of the scaliness on it, and that's when you know it's not healed. But yeah, it's all turning pink, and all the scaly white things are going away. So it's healing. The cream is working. It's healing. Now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get more because my dermatologist just retired. So I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get more. But I'm happy that I found something that works because I've suffered with this for years and never knew what it was. Never knew what it was. And it just started out with my elbow being like dry and having like a little bit of like crusty dry skin on it. And I just never paid attention to it. I never paid attention to it. And then I was in a living situation that was extremely stressful, and then one day everything just flared. My whole body got it. My legs, my arms, my back, my face, everything, everywhere had it. And I was like, I went to the hospital because I didn't know what it was. And I was so scared. And they were like, oh no, you have psoriasis. You have plaque psoriasis. I was like, why is it everywhere? And they're like, well, are you under stress? Stress will make it flare and go crazy. And I'm like, yeah. Yeah, the problem is like, his office just called me like a couple days ago and said, oh yeah, he retired. We're shutting the practice down. And you're gonna have to find a new dermatologist, and then kind of hung up on me. So I was like, okay, well, that was rude, but all right. Yep, sure. Fine. I was like, thanks for the help. I tried calling them back, but they weren't answering the phone. So I left a message for the receptionist on the answering machine, and I was like, hey, could you possibly like refer me to another dermatologist or tell me who I can go see that takes my insurance? They haven't called me back. And it's a shame because he's such a good doctor. Like, he's such a good dermatologist because he literally looked at my skin and told me every single thing that I have and every single thing that's wrong and how we're going to take care of it. I was like, I like you. Because you don't understand. Like, I understand primary doctors are not supposed to know everything, and that's why we have specialist doctors. But I mean, come on, man. Like, I've been seeing doctor after doctor after doctor after doctor about like multiple different skin conditions, and it's just like, help me. Not one of them referred me to a dermatologist. The only time I got referred to a dermatologist is when I asked my primary to refer me to a dermatologist. And I had to find out from one of my family members what is a dermatologist because I've never heard of that before. Never, never, ever. So I had to. Oh yeah, I'm sure I will. I'm sure I will. I'm sure I will. I will. I'm sure I will. And even if I don't find a good one, I'm keeping all the jars and stuff so I can bring it to him and be like, yes, this is what I'm using. You know what I'm saying? And it's working. Please, please give me this. I just need you to write the script for it. Please. I don't want a shot. I don't, because multiple doctors have tried to put me on Humira or um what is that new one that's on TV? It's like a pill. Ugh, it's got a weird name. Anyway, these are all these pills are like immune suppressants. It's like, all these different things. Like, I read the side effects of everything, and it's like, well, this medication could possibly lower your immune system to fight off infection and this and that and this and that. And I'm like, no, no. If anybody even sneezes in a 10, like 20-foot area of me, I get sick. So no, we're not lowering the immune anything. Mm-mm. I'm like, nope, we're not. No. And then Humira, they're talking about it may cause cancer, it may cause you to develop this and that and this, and may cause you to develop RSV. And I'm like, oh, we're not doing that. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, no, we're not doing that. Mm-mm. I will live with scaly red patches on my skin, thank you. We're not doing that. Nope. No. No. Yeah, see, no, we're not. That's my thing. I understand that medications cause side effects and stuff like that. Um, my mental health medication that I'm on. Um, the only reason that I am on it. Yeah, see, I research everything. But the um the um the antidepressant and the anxiety medicine I'm on is so safe that this is the medication they recommend to pregnant women if they need to take this while they're pregnant, because there is like literally like no side effects and literally like no harm to your body. So I'm like, yep, yep, I'll take that. So they put me on it, and I also think she put me on it because I expressed that, in the future, hopefully not so distant future, me and my husband are going to start to have a family. So I think she was like, well, let me put you on the medicines I would put you on even if you were, you know what I'm saying? So you're already on them and we don't have to adjust anything. But I'm glad she did because there's no side effects. I was on a medication for anxiety called Vistaril. I didn't like it. I was on such a high dose of that because my anxiety is so bad. I was on such a high dose that I would take it and all it would do is knock me out. I mean, like just within 40 minutes of taking it, I wouldn't even be able to sit here and do the live. I would be like this. I'd be like, huh? I mean, it just made me like that. And there was nothing I could do about it. There were times that I took it and I did that. I tried to get up. I tried walking around. I made double shot espresso coffee to try to keep myself awake. I mean, I tried everything. I drank a Monster Energy drink. I mean, I was just, and I ended up almost falling, like dozing off like that, standing up at the counter, uh, at the kitchen, waiting for the coffee to be done. Like, it was not safe. It was not safe for me. I eventually told them, I was like, enough with this medication. You keep bumping up my dosage, but all it's doing is it's not helping me. The only reason it's helping with my anxieties is because it's knocking me out. It's putting me to sleep. Because if I'm asleep, I can't have anxiety. I guess that's what it's supposed to do, but that is not the right medication for me. I, I was so mad. I was like, and then they switched my provider that prescribes my medications. So when they did that, I told her, and she listened to me finally. Somebody was listening. So she listened to me, and I was so happy. I was so happy. So, you know, yeah. I'm almost done my coffee. What the heck? See, this is what I'm talking about. I don't know if you guys heard that, but it sounds like people are throwing like marbles at the wall. That's weird. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. These people are weird. Weirdos. Okay. Um. Oh, you know. Oh, good. You can't hear it. Good. That's good. It just sounds like they're throwing like marbles or those little bouncy balls. You know those little bouncy balls that are like that big and you throw them at the wall and they go. You know, that's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like they're doing. They're throwing those at the wall. And I'm just like, what are you doing? Oh, they don't. They don't. They Okay, please, nobody think that I mean this in a bad way. They don't speak English. They're all Mexican. Like they don't speak any English. I've tried to say hi to them before and they just look at me really confused. So yeah, no. But I am not racist. Please don't think that I am by saying that. I'm just I'm not. I'm not at all. I'm just like no, they don't watch this. They they, they don't even know about this. So you know there's a language barrier there. It's just, I mean, I took Spanish in high school, but I wasn't very good. Oh, good, Crystal. I'm glad that you're not offended by that. I was like, I hope nobody takes this the wrong way. I'm just trying to make a point here because just like, there's a language barrier there. That's the only point I was trying to make. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful to anybody. But yeah. So this blanket is going fast. Let me tell you something. That's funny. Well, I'm just using straight data for my phone because I have unlimited data. You know, at least for now. I don't know what's gonna happen when they. Okay, we're not even gonna talk about that because I did talk about that on one of my lives and it just pissed me off. Oh, made me mad. Made me really mad. I will say that they're going to stop. They're possibly. It's not for certain. I keep getting like these emails that keep going back and forth and back and forth. Yes, no, yes, no. Um, Yeah, yeah. It is a good connection. That's why I'm like I know that the connection is not why YouTube is telling me it's going to take 30 hours to upload a 10-minute video because that's what I use. I use my data. on my phone. I don't use Wi-Fi or hotspot or anything. I have internet on my phone and I record on my phone, so I upload it with my data on my phone. Um, but anyway, they're gonna be stopping like the Affordable Connectivity Program, um, Assurance, SafeLink, um, all the like free government cell phone programs and stuff like that. They're gonna be stopping that, which stinks. That's what made me so mad. And I think I talked about that on a live. I was like extremely irritated because it's irritating because I'm like, well, I can't afford a phone, and I have one, and my husband has one. So it's it's like what the heck? You know what I'm saying? Like I can't afford two cell phone bills. I can barely afford to pay the trash bill. Like it's bad. That's why I have to save up for like 2-3 months to buy any amount of yarn. Because I'm like, I just, I can't. Oh, the wind is picking up. I can hear it. Are we supposed to get a storm? Yeah, but you know, they're stopping a lot of stuff. Like, yeah. I mean, if I had to do that, if I had to actually pay for two phone bills, um, no, no, I'm not. I'm not in NYC. I'm in upstate. So like country. But put it this way, I'm literally less than 10 minutes from Connecticut. Uh actually 13 I'm 13 minutes from Connecticut. Yes. Seriously, up here. And I think I'm like I forget how far from Massachusetts I am, but I'm yeah, I'm up here. Just way up here. Um but it's just this whole state is expensive. I mean, just everything is expensive. Not just the whole state. It's everywhere. Unless you go down south. Yeah, yeah. The yeah, the fall is beautiful up here. It's been like this past fall was our first fall up here. And every time I would take a cat like medical transportation to a doctor's appointment, they're driving like these back roads with all the trees and oh my gosh, and like you look out one side of the car and it's just like all pretty trees, and you look out the other side and all you see are like these rolling hills with all this orange and red and gold and just oh man, it was just so pretty. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh man, it's like yes, this is nice. The only thing that is making us think about leaving this area is we don't have a car, so we have no way to get around. There is no public transportation out here. There there isn't. The closest bus stop is like I think like 10 to 12 miles down the road, and I'm not walking that. Thank you very much. Yeah, but it's very pretty out here. I mean, there there's times where, matter of fact, I'm gonna put it as my thumbnail for my next live. Oh no, Uber doesn't come out here. That's how far in the country I am. Uber, Lyft, um, DoorDash, Grubhub, Instacart, none of it, none of it out here. There's nothing, absolutely nothing. I tried to get a Uber one day and to get to a store, and they sure did take my money, and they sure did tell me a car was coming, but I waited for 4 hours. Nope. So I canceled it. I was like, nope, we're not doing that. Excuse me. But we have something called medical transportation up here. So basically, if you have a doctor's appointment, say you say today's Monday and you have a doctor's appointment next Monday, you could call this number and set up a um, a medical transportation trip. So basically, what they do is they have certain cab companies. Um, Certain cab companies are contracted under medical transportation. So what they'll do is they'll come and get you for your doctor's appointment, take you to your doctor's appointment, and then you call them when you're ready. You call the cab company when you're ready, and they'll pick you up and bring you back. Um, so that's what I use when I go to doctor's appointments. It's just a pain in the butt because you have to call and schedule the medical ride uh, at least um, at least 4 days ahead of time, and it's just a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm just like, okay, so. But yeah, just in case nobody knows what medical transportation is or has never heard of it, that's basically what it is. Um, Medicaid, Medicare insurance pays for the ride, and I have Medicaid. Sorry, yarn fibers, itchy nose, itchy nose. But yeah, that's what we have, and I'm just happy that they come and get us all the way out here. Because if they didn't, then I'd be in some trouble with my doctors. Because I wouldn't be able to go see my doctors. But yeah, fiber attack. Yeah, and I don't know where it's coming from because this yarn doesn't shed. I don't know. There's just all kinds of yarn fibers always flying around here. Oh, it was really bad with this one yarn. Hold on, I'll show you. It's in this blanket too. I was oh Lord. It it was so bad I almost like completely took it out of the blanket and was like, no, we're not gonna use that. Tomorrow's Super Bowl Sunday and trash day. I gotta make sure all the garbage in the house gets out. Okay, so flip it. Oh, all right. This yarn right here. Where is it? You'll be able to see it. That was horrendous to work with. I kept having fiber attacks with the itchy nose. I don't know what kind of fiber this is. I don't know what kind of yarn this is. This was like a mystery yarn that got donated to me. I don't know if you can see the little hairs all over the place. Oh, it was so bad to work with. So I was like, oh god, as Crystal from Bag O' Day would say, it's got the bumpies. Um, but yeah, it was really bad. I was almost to the point where I was like, okay, I am going to just take this out and not use it in this blanket because it's really annoying. But I ended up using it because I was like, well, I'm trying to break up the colors with white. So I'm trying to do like a color and then white, and then a color and then white, and then a color and white. Although I did two colors by accident. But technically this has white in it, and then white, and then a color, and then white. Because I have a lot of white yarn. Um, because at one point I was making snowflakes for Christmas and angels. And so I needed a lot of white, you know, and I was also putting white on the edging of baby blankets and stuff like that that I was making for people. People were ordering baby blankets during the during COVID. Like they were, I was getting so many orders for baby blankets. I was like, why are people ordering so many baby? And then my husband's like, really? You don't know what people are doing while they're on lockdown? I'm like, I was like, you're not wrong. Like, you're not wrong. I guess there's only so many board games you can play. So, yeah. There's only so many things you can do. Me, I was crocheting all through that. And I loved when I got the stimulus checks because then I went on like a yarn spree. That's most of my stash that I'm using now, is like random odds and ends. Mm. So, I don't have, I know this is like kind of hard to believe. It might be hard to believe for some of you guys, but I'm down. Sorry if cracking my knuckles just like skeeved anybody out. I'm sorry. Um, I'm down to an amount of yarn where I'm gonna have to start like buying brand new skeins of yarn to make these blankets and hats and scarves and stuff. So I mean, this is a granny square. I'm gonna take it apart. It's got, you know, I lost it yarn chicken. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tie it in with like this. These are two yarns I put together that were donated to me because one's like a weight 2 or a 1, and then the other one is like a 3 weight or a thin 4. So I just put them together, and it's a scrap I have left over from when I made hats and scarves like 2 years ago for the homeless. This is a little bit of sparkly Walmart brand yarn. I think this is a little bit of I Love This Yarn in purple. This is just plain white. Are you okay? Okay. Sorry, I heard a thud, so I had to make sure he was okay. Um, um, this actually might go with my. No, I'll leave it as a scrap. This one. See, I can't make up my mind. This is two yarns put together. I had gotten a lot of like thin yarn donated to me, like really thin, like almost string like, and then really thin, like DK weight. So I just put them together and was like, well, hopefully that'll be close to a 4, and then I can See, this is a little bit of the sparkly white that I have, that I put in this blanket already. And then I have like some purple mixed with the sparkly white and stuff like that. And there's some 3-weights in here, which I'm gonna, they're actually more like 2-weights because they got really stretched out. So I'm gonna, put these together and make like a magic ball. You're okay, honey. You're all right. And make a like magic cake ball thing going on. Like these are really thin and stuff like that. So I mean, I'm to the point where I'm like trying to dig for scraps. You know, to try to get piece everything together. I mean, if worst comes to worst, I'll use the full skeins of yarn that I bought myself, and I'll just buy more. You know, it's going to a good cause, so I can always get more. You know, I'm not one of those people that's like, I bought it for me, so it's for me. No, if it has to go for donation blankets, it has to go for donation blankets. I'm not going to be upset about that. You know, so I have that, and then everybody says hi to you, baby. They heard you. I'm gonna get him to come on here with me one day. And yeah, I'm gonna. Oh, okay. So I don't know who was here. I know Stephanie knows about this channel because she's on all my live. She's my mod. She's awesome. Awesome mod. She's an awesome mod. Um, super appreciate her too. Um, I don't know who was here and who wasn't here when I mentioned this channel. Um, her name is Swoop. I will link her in the description. But she is awesome. I am hooked, literally, on her channel. Um, she does deep dive documentaries on unsolved cases, true crime, and social media people that abuse their power and their audiences. So yeah, she's awesome. Oh man, I am so hooked. I'm hooked. Oh, yeah. It's like at the at symbol and then Petty University. Yeah, she does Petty University. I love it. I love when she does Petty University. What in the whole grain Michael B. Jordan on toast? I love it. She's so funny. I love it because she does these deep dives and she presents it in a way where she's like she's being kind of funny, but then there's parts where she's serious, but then she's like parts where she's funny or I mean, warning, she does curse. Most of the time she beeps it out, but I'm just saying. But I love her because she's like uncensored, and she does such a good job. She researches so much and puts so much into um every single documentary she does. I keep rewatching the same one because I just cannot. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, she's I'm stuck on the Colleen Ballinger docu-series. It's like a 4-part docu-series, and I think like 2 or 3 of the videos are like 2+ hours, but that's how much information she has, and that's how much she's trying to like give you the correct information, not the information the media has, which we know is not always the truth, but she's trying to give you the actual facts and she's like, please, please, you know, get your own opinion from all this stuff. This is all the stuff that I've researched. These are the facts that I found. This is this and that. She's like, please form your own opinion. You know, so I'm just watching the same one over and over and over. I'm watching the same 4-part docu series because it's really that good. I mean, she covered the Johnny Depp, um whatever that woman's name was. I don't know. Johnny Depp is my baby. I love Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp is one heck of an actor. So, you know, I have, if I don't have all of his movies, I want all of his movies. I have all the pirate movies on my phone. I have all the Harry Potter movies on my phone. I have a good, like, 12. Thank you. Thank you, Crystal. Yes, that itch. I don't like her. All the stuff she put my Johnny Depp through. Um, sorry. I keep it real on these lives, man. Look, I can't be anybody but myself, and I don't want to be. You know, that's why I come on here with my hair looking a mess. You know what? The next live I do, I'm actually gonna be looking nice, like a decent person. No, I'm just kidding. I always look like a decent person, but I was, yeah. And she deep dives into the stuff that the media wasn't telling you, and she comes up with all these like other facts. I have to watch that. That one is like a 6-part series because of the fact that it was so long and such a long trial and such a, you know what I'm saying? So much stuff came up. But yeah, yeah. But I haven't watched the Johnny Depp one, but I'm gonna watch the trial on that. Um, but yeah, I think I might do that after I'm finished the Colleen Ballinger docu series for the 25th time. Yeah, yeah. I think Court TV uh uh broadcast that, didn't they? And Court TV doesn't pull no punches either. Like they're actually live in the courtroom. But yeah, like when I don't have anything to do during the day, I just put Swoop on and I just look at her channel for like the longest videos I can find. Yeah, 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 yeah. And what they do is they do after the fact go back and take out certain things and they try to they try to dictate the narrative of certain things, you know. So one week you'll be, you know, Team Amber, and then the next week, you find out some messed up stuff about her, and then you're Team Johnny. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like when they do that. I don't. It, it's raining. I can hear it. Sorry. That was just random, my ADHD brain. I'm like, it's raining. I can hear it. But yeah, I just, who else I like? I like Emma. Emma in the Moment. She has a second channel called Made in the Moment, and that's her crochet channel. But then Emma in the Moment is about all the drama in the art world. Um, like from crochet to knitting to painting to ceramics to websites to all that stuff. So she's good too. I get stuck on her Ravelry deep dive. Yeah, 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 yeah. Emma's also awesome. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She does. She does. Both of the channels I just talked about do. Swoop and Emma both have very high they Swoop doesn't put videos out very often, and neither does Emma, because they both are researching hardcore, and they have receipts to back up everything, and they have facts and proof and all this. So both of those channels really do their research. They really do. Yeah, they're really good. Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, I think Swoop showed in one of her documentaries, docu-series. I don't remember. I don't remember if it was the Colleen Ballinger one I'm watching right now or a different one. But like she showed like the screen for the editing that she had to do, and you could see how much editing she had to do. I was like, oh my god. I was like, no, I wouldn't be doing that. My video would just have to be 8 hours long, and you people would just have to skip through what you want. I don't, that's a lot of editing. I'm like, I don't know. But I was like, wow. And once, she showed that, and I was like, wow, that is a lot. Yeah, it was like layers and layers, and she still had it was like at an hour and a half in, and she's like, look at where we're at right now, and then look how much I still have to edit, and I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, that is a lot. And she still had a whole nother hour and a half, almost 2 hours to go. I was like, oh, I feel so sorry for you. Oh, I was like, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Yeah, Stephanie, I think you would like Emma. She's cool. She's I like her Ravelry part 1 and 2. That was interesting. She also did one for Mystical Creation Yarns, MCY. And I'm trying to think, what else did she do? She's done a lot of them. She's another one that has a lot of videos on her channel that you can just go to one of her playlists and kind of hit play. So, yeah, that was yeah. Yeah. Let's see, who else do I watch? Oh, I watch Midwest Magic Cleaning with Mr. Cause that's how I roll, son. Mac. He's crazy. I have no idea why or how that came up in my feed on YouTube, but it did. And I think it was one of his videos where he was cleaning a hoarder's house. And I was like, I'm bored. I'm tired of watching the same things on YouTube, so why not? So I watched it and I was like, subscribe. All notifications on, because for some reason when I watch cleaning videos, it makes me want to clean. So, and I'll clean while I'm watching them, well, listening to them, because I feel like I'm not alone. So, I'm gonna finish this row and then I'm gonna let you guys go, because I still have to make dinner in the air fryer. Thank goodness that's not gonna take long. Chicken patties and tater tots. I want a roast beef so bad. I don't know what to do with myself. I really want a roast beef. Or some crab legs. What are they doing now? Focus, Jessica. Don't. Yeah, I want some crab legs. I haven't had seafood in such a long time, and there's only certain things that I like. I like crab legs, I like baked clams, and I like lobster. That's that's the extent of my seafood. My husband likes oysters. Yeah. My dad liked oysters and clams. So I'm not a big fan of shrimp cocktail. I mean, I will. Well, I used to. I can't until I start getting used to my dentures, which I'm gonna start this week. So so just so y'all know, if I come on the live on Wednesday at 6 o'clock and I sound like I'm talking funny, it's because I'll have my dentures in. I have to get used to them. Crystal, yeah, so do I. You know, I never realized until recently that when people say fish and chips, they actually mean like fish and french fries. I'm like, I literally thought they meant chips. I was like, oh, well, I'm stupid. I'm like, I just thought everybody called them french fries. I didn't know that they went by another name. I was like, oh, that's surprising. Yeah, I like food, period. I'm one of them people that I like food. Food doesn't like me because, I just think about like a piece of cake and I gain, 10, 15 pounds. But I'm proud of myself because I have really like curved my eating habits. Um, I remember I used to my knee. Sorry, got stiff. I have to stretch. Okay. Um, I remember I used to buy a lot of like processed and canned food, and I'm sorry, I just remembered I got chicken in a can. I can make chicken salad. Yeah, I have chicken in a can. I can make tuna. What? I Okay. I need a nap. Just like, okay. But I used to buy a lot of like canned, highly processed lunch meat, hot dogs, and all this like highly processed food. And when I found out that I have PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome, when I found out I had that, and I looked at the diet of what somebody with that has to be on and what to stay away from when they said highly processed foods and highly processed meats and everything like that, I was like, that's like everything in my diet. And then like, a couple months after I was diagnosed with that, I was diagnosed as borderline diabetic because my A1C was so close to being the A1C of a diabetic that my doctor like almost freaking had a heart attack when he saw that. So I was like, well, I have to change my diet because of the PCOS. And I also have to change my diet because of being borderline diabetic now. So I'm going to change my diet. So almost almost immediately I changed my diet. What happened was I had to wait until the next time I went food shopping, which was only like a week and a half from the time that I found all that out. So what I did was I started buying Equal as a sweetener, and I stopped buying regular sugar. And both me and my husband are borderline. So, um, or I should say, no, I still am considered borderline. I'm just not as close. I'm to the point where I'm almost at normal again. Because I've worked really hard. I got rid of soda. Um, I stopped eating cake, cookies, candy, junk food. Um, which I have to get back to that because I mean, I don't eat junk food like potato chips. I do get like the Walmart brand Cheez-Its, which are really good. Sorry. I'm sorry, my mouth was just like reminiscing about that. And instead of soda, I switched to these sparkling water, which have zero sugar, zero calories, zero caffeine, and zero sodium. So, I mean, these things are like the best. When I told my nutritionist and my doctor that I was drinking these instead of soda, they almost like jumped for joy because they were just really happy. They were like, that is so much better for you than soda. So, and they're cheaper too. I only pay like 76 cents per bottle, and they're 1 liter bottles. So, and one bottle will last me like a whole day unless one of my medications is making me extremely thirsty. Then I'll drink like a bottle and a half. But I'm not gonna lie, like there was a point where I was really strict with myself where I cut out all junk food. No potato chips, no pretzels, no Cheez-Its, no nothing, nothing. No junk food. And no cake, no cookies, no candy, no anything. And I was losing weight. My portions didn't change, you know, and I laid off of the processed foods. I mean, I slowly started weaning myself off of like lunch meat and stuff like that because at that point in my life, I was doing a lot. I had a lot more doctor's appointments, so there were times where I had to literally just be able to throw something together really quick, eat, and get out the door to my doctor's appointment. So I was really just very slowly, like, weaning myself off of those types of foods. And then I want to say about a year ago, I was doing really good. And about a year ago, I made the mistake. of buying myself a bag of potato chips. And I was thinking, well, I haven't had potato chips in a while, and I I'm sure I could just, since I haven't had them in a while, I'm sure, I'll just be able to do a couple and then put the bag down. Yeah, no. I bought a party-sized bag of Lay's. That thing was gone in a day and a half. Because potato chips, as I found out, is one of those is a trigger food. And you know, so lately, instead of buying potato chips, I've been buying pretzels. Like the little thin stick pretzel things. And my nutritionist is like, well, no, that's, none of that stuff is good. But yes, pretzels are better than potato chips. So, I've been doing that. And I've been trying to stay away from the Cheez-Its. And there are times where I want something sweet. And I'm a sucker for tiramisu cake. I really love tiramisu cake. Like, if you told me that I could only eat one type of cake or one dessert for the rest of my life, yeah, tiramisu cake. That's fine. Um, you know, that's absolutely fine. I have no problem doing that. Um, so like, I will get, it's like a, it's like a quarter of a tiramisu cake, and it's at Walmart. It's like this long and about, you know, this thick and about how wide is it? About this wide. That'll last me a good couple days. Um, and then after it's gone, it's gone. I don't I don't look for anything else sweet to eat. I accept the fact that I had my sweets for the month. It's gone. That's it. So then I stumbled upon um, this honey vanilla Greek yogurt that's made by Walmart, and I like it a lot. So I put it in smoothies, and when I want something sweet, but I don't have any kind of cake or anything like that, I eat that. I'll just take the whole container and just take a spoon and just take a couple spoonfuls and then just put it back. And I'm the only one that eats it because my husband can't stand the taste of yogurt. He just completely despises the taste of yogurt. I'm like, I don't know why. It tastes good. But that's you. I'm like, more for me. So, I've been trying to do better with that. And I'm sure if I cut down on the amount of starch. Oh, also, if I want something sweet, I bought a lot. And when my husband saw it when we were putting the groceries away, he was like, "Do you really need this many cans of this?" Yes, Crystal, it is good. It's really, oh my god, it's so good. And if I don't feel like having the yogurt, what I'll do is I'll have a can of pickled beets because they're sweet. They're sweet pickled beets. And my husband was like, "Do you really need like 20 cans of pickled beets?" And I was like, "Yes, yes, I do." Because when I want something sweet and the yogurt is gone and my cake is gone, but then again, I am weird. I'm one of those people that I would rather eat fruit and vegetables than eat garbage. But sometimes I am in the mood for garbage, like junk. Just junk. But I've noticed since quitting smoking, I am in the mood for junk food. And I have to try to steer myself away from that because I've been giving into it a little bit and I've noticed that I've been gaining weight. So I need to try to steer myself away from oh, I love salad. Oh my goodness, you put some nice iceberg lettuce in a bowl and put some cucumber and and like some cut up tomatoes. Oh, that's so good. And that's another thing I had to get away from. I had to get away from all the creamy, not good for you dressing. So what I did was I switched to Italian dressing, which is still not the greatest, but it's not as bad as like ranch or French or any of that I used to eat. And I went to Italian or balsamic vinaigrette. Uh, balsamic vinegar. It's not the vinaigrette. It's balsamic vinegar, and it comes in a bottle. It looks like a wine bottle. And I get that, and I get Italian dressing. And I don't know why I didn't order any lettuce with this Walmart order, but oh well, next month. Um, but yeah, my husband bugs me for salads all the time. And I'm one of those people where I'm like, if I have the stuff here and I've cut up like 2 heads of lettuce and put it in a Ziploc bag and put it in the fridge, I'm one of those type of people where I'm like, I want a snack. Oh, I'm gonna have salad. You know, even if I have potato chips in the house, even if I have all the junk food in the house, if I have salad in the house, I will eat salad instead of junk food. So, you know, I'm very weird. I like fruits and vegetables. I like my family growing up. My family called me Popeye because I would go through spinach like I would not believe. I have at least 10 cans of spinach here, and I love it. And my husband's like, and I'm like, don't look at me like that, because he'll see me putting it in my smoothie in the morning. And I'm like, as long as you drain it and rinse it and drain it again and get all the salt off of it from being in a can, it's fine. So I put it in my smoothie, and then I'll put like bananas in there and some peaches and milk and yogurt, and I'll blend it, and that's my breakfast. And he's like, it's a green smoothie. And I'm like, dude, don't look at me drinking it then. I'm like, guess what? I bet you anything in this world that me drinking this will help my metabolism to start kicking itself in the butt and helping me to lose weight. You know? So, I know it sounds gross, but it's actually not. I mean, getting like fresh spinach, like you get the lettuce, they have fresh spinach. Getting it that way is the best for smoothies, because then you don't have like the whole, like salt from the can and stuff like that. But still, now I want some spinach. I'm gonna have to make some spinach when I get off of here. I want a snack and I want some spinach. I'm telling you, my family used to call me Popeye for a reason. They used to ask me, "What, Jesse? What kind of vegetable do you want? Spinach, spinach, and corn on the cob." I could tell you my 4 main favorite vegetables from when I was a kid that are still my favorite to this day. You got corn, you got spinach. Corn is actually becoming not one of my favorites because I found out there is no nutritional value in it whatsoever, and it's considered a starch. So it's very quickly becoming not a favorite. So corn, spinach, cucumbers, and pickled beets. And I like pickled cucumbers too, and the not like pickles. What you do, this is my grandma's recipe. You get a cucumber, you peel it, you cut it like paper thin. You put it in a bowl. You put white vinegar until it's like the cucumbers are like floating in the vinegar. Then you put sugar, and you mix that all up. You put it in the fridge and let it sit overnight. And then you have like sweet cucumbers. It's really, really good. My family could find find a way to make anything unhealthy. As a kid, to get me to eat fruit, they used to take the fruit, put it in heavy cream, and sprinkle powdered sugar on it just to get me to eat fruit. I'm like, well, that now looking back on it, I'm like, that defeated the purpose of eating something healthy. You just made it unhealthy as I don't know. I poured heavy cream over it, put a bunch of sugar on it. It was wild. I was like, okay. But yep. That's what they did. But it's just so funny to me. It is really, really funny how, like, growing up, like when I was a kid, I couldn't stand onions. Now I love them. Yeah, pretty much defeats the purpose, yeah. Yeah. Like, I couldn't stand onions when I was a kid. Now I love onions. I couldn't stand asparagus when I was a kid. Now I love asparagus. I couldn't stand Brussels sprouts when I was a kid. Now I love Brussels sprouts. I don't know. I'm very weird. You know, my husband looks at half the vegetables I eat and he's like, okay. And I'm like, well, if it was up to you, all we would have. Oh, yeah, liver. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Apparently, according to my mom, she told me that when I was little, I would eat like liver and onions because my family would make it and they would never tell me what it was, and I would just eat it, and it wouldn't look like liver. It didn't, because if it did, I wouldn't have eaten it. I wouldn't have eaten it. So they she told me, oh yeah, you used to tear it up, and we used to give you like a little piece of an a little slice of another piece, and you used to tear that up, and we just kept giving you little slices. You ended up eating a whole nother piece. I was like, great, now I'm never gonna trust any of you with giving me food unless I see you cooking. But yeah, it was. I was like, why would you do that to me? Why did you do that to me? And they were like, because it's good for you. I was like, yeah, okay, it's good for me. It's good. You're worried about things being good for me, but you're every time anybody in this family cooks anything, there's like a pound of butter in it. But you, but it's healthy for you. Like, that's just backwards. We care about you being healthy, but we put a pound of butter in everything that we cook. So, oh, which I can't, because they taught me to cook. Now I do the same thing. I don't use quite that much butter, but I do. I do use probably half that. But it also depends on what I'm making. If I'm if I'm doing a turkey like for Thanksgiving, then I do my family's recipe to the T, which is you take you take 2 sticks of butter. 1 stick of butter you put inside the turkey. And then the other stick of butter you break in half and you put one on each leg and you cover it with foil and you put it in the oven. Let me tell you something. That turkey comes out so tender. My husband couldn't believe it. He literally took a fork and was just trying to move the leg. I don't know what he was looking for, but he was trying to move the leg and the leg just kind of just like fell off the bone. The meat just came right off. I was like, he's like, I don't know what you did, but please do it whenever you cook a turkey. I was like, okay. I know exactly what I did. Yeah, but it was funny. It was funny. Yeah. I was like, I told you I know how to cook. Now I want a ham. I want to cook a ham, a glazed ham. Oh man, that would be all. I'm making myself hungry. I need to stop talking about food. I know people are like, this is a crochet channel. You guys talking about food? Yeah, we're talking about food. This is my lives are everything and anything. We talk about everything. We talk about anything and everything you can imagine. That's what I like about doing these lives. And it's just very chill. It's like, having a conversation with a friend. So, I'm almost to the end of the row. Yeah, yeah, I can't help it. I'm a foodie. I love food. And, most of my doctors and any nutritionist I've had, they're extremely shocked to find out that as big as I am, I actually like fruits and vegetables over junk. And, you know, I tell them that it hasn't always been that way. You know, it hasn't always been that way. I mean, just the last like 4 or 5 years or so is when I really started to get to be like that. So any weight that I had put on from before, you know, is here already. So it's not just gonna like automatically melt away. I'm gonna get dinner started soon. But I'm going to finish this row and then start dinner. But I'm trying to figure out if I want to, um, because I have a blanket that's like halfway done. Not even halfway. It's like a quarter of the way done with this color. And I'm thinking, should I just take that apart and put it together with this color? Like do a whole blanket just like out of this color and this one put together. Like I don't know if that would go good with that. Like let's see. I mean they're both busy yarns, but I mean I would do like a ball of this and then do white and then do this and then do white and then do this. You know what I'm saying? Back and forth. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. But that is what I'm thinking about doing. My concern is this has been sold out in the 4-pack that I normally get of this. So I'm probably gonna. I actually found out that it's cheaper to buy 4 individual skeins than it is the 4-pack. Yep. Because I think buying 4 individual skeins comes to 22, 23, something like that. And the 4-pack is actually 29. So. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm literally doing the end of the row right now, and I'm gonna. And then I also um, might just get black or white, like a full jumbo skein of each, and do black, like a skein of this, and then black, and then a skein of this, and then black, and then do this one in a separate blanket, do a skein of this, and then white, and then skein of this, and then white. I might do that. I might just get some Super Saver jumbo skeins, and I might get 2 jumbo skeins of each, and then I'll get more of both of these colors. Yeah, that does sound better to me, yeah, because I think that both of these together, because they're so busy, I think they would clash immensely. Like, when I held them together is really when it came to be like, yeah, no, they're gonna clash, and they're not gonna look too good. Like, this color I think would look better with black because it would make this look brighter. And then the other one I think would look better with white because they're like really light colors and flowery colors. But yep, yep. Oh my gosh. And then I think I'm gonna get this color. And let me know which you think would be good with this color, white or black. It's just different colors of blues. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna make blankets. I think I'm just gonna make blankets for the homeless, and then when it gets closer to winter, like maybe towards the end of summer, I'll start doing hats and scarf. White, okay. Then I'll get a decent amount of white. Mm. Okay, so we got 2 votes for white. Good. Okay, that's what I was thinking, but I wasn't too sure because I was like, let me ask somebody that's outside of me. Let me ask people out there to see if it's just me or does everybody think that white would look good. So, oh my goodness, we've been on here for almost 3 hours. It didn't feel like it. Didn't feel like it at all. But I'm gonna get going, guys. I always enjoy doing these lives with you. I have to get ready to cook dinner. Well, I have to get ready to plug in the air fryer so the air fryer can cook dinner. But everybody have a good weekend and a good week, and I will see you guys Wednesday at 6 p.m. Okay? Have a good one, guys.